I'm just doing the initial sanding and shaping on this box that I've just put back together. And of course, after I put the back on, then I have to clean up this seam between the box and the back. And I use a belt sander and a palm sander, but you can't get that kind of equipment into an open area like this in the middle of the box. And so what I've done is I can use a spindle sander, and a spindle sander will clean it up pretty good and clean up the joint between the back and the box, but it leaves a little bit of unevenness, a little bit of a ripple with just a 1/2-inch spindle. And so the best way I've found to get rid of that, to smooth it out and make this nice and flat and smooth in here, several years ago I came across this Bosch. It's a model 1294 variable speed that has a finger on the end of it, about an inch wide, maybe about 3 inches long, that'll go right up in here and sand that area and smooth it up and gives you a really nice finish up inside here, the same thing as you'd get up here with a larger piece of equipment. The other thing that I found that it works well on is, first, I took the finger when it came and beveled this edge, cut it down so that it kind of comes to a point. It was just flat, had a square edge on it. But now I can take this finger and go in and clean up down in the point inside of this drawer. Now they come into the other side and do the other point. So I can get a nice finish right up into the corner on a drawer like that. Now, I've got another box here. This one has an opening in the middle, just a small opening. Now the spindle sander, of course, will clean up in here, but it won't come down the rest of the way. So I have to use this sander to get up and sand all of that. And so it works really well for something like that. Now imagine a lot of you have your own patterns and patterns you've either made or bought, used, that have these kinds of areas in them. And this sander works really well for getting into those kinds of tight places. So anyway, I have a blog article on the website that will give you a link to Amazon.com, take you right to this machine. Or that's the best place I've found to buy it. And of course, they don't charge you any shipping either. So anyway, if you think it'll help you, why, that's a good place to get one. Anyway, it works really well for tight areas, for areas that you just can't get into otherwise. Now there's just one more thing I'd like to mention to you if you're going to use this kind of a sander. And that's the sandpaper on the end. Now, it's held on Velcro, so you just pull it off, get rid of the old one, get a new one, and put it back on the same way that the other one came off. Just like so. The only thing, these little pieces, if you buy them ready-made, get to be pretty expensive. So what I do is I bought a roll of sandpaper with the backing on it, the fabric, and then I just take and spread it out, lay my pattern on it, take a pencil and draw around the pattern, move it on down, do one more. In fact, when I do them, I generally go down the page and do 20 or 30 of them at a time. Anyway, there's also room in this particular roll. I can get a roll of them across the top. So then just cut them out, and you're going to end up with exactly the same thing. It's just going to be a lot less expensive than buying them pre-made or pre-cut. So anyway, just a way to maybe save you a little bit of money if you're going to use this kind of a machine. So thanks for watching. I hope it's helpful, and maybe it'll save you a little bit of time and money. Thanks again.